Hey guys, welcome to today's video. Today's kind of a special treat. I'm over here at my friend Don's house, and he has a 1999 Cabriolet C2. So it's kind of a cool day for me because I can actually compare my C4 to his C2. So I've been doing a bunch of videos of that today. We did some drone. I actually was able to get my car up on the lift and do some underneath shots. So most of this today is just going to be me showing you the differences between the two cars, and then I'll give you a little tour of the underneath of mine. But Don has quite a shop over here, lifts and multiple vehicles that he's working on, so it's been a lot of fun hanging out over here and getting this made. So hope you enjoy it. Here's a shot of the gauges just to see if they're any different. And then this is really cool. These are cassette holders, which is just absolutely awesome. And then this is, I think that's how I did it, a cassette player. So if that isn't cool, I really don't know what is. Cool. And so he has the delete here in the center, which is nice, which I don't have. I have the ashtray still. So here's my gauges, and a look at my center console. I have an aftermarket stereo, and then don't have the cassette holders and the heated seats, and then I have the ashtray still. One of the cool things about the Gen 2 996s, you actually get a glove box, and you also get cup holders, and there's actually two here. Just kind of pull that out. So that's kind of a cool little feature. So here's just a quick look at Don's door sill, and you saw there he has mechanical pulls for the front and rear frunk and engine bay, and then I've got electronic ones on mine. So here's a sequence of video basically showing you the differences in the trunk. You can see that my camera bag fits in here, but just barely. And then you can see the differential up to the front of the car there, the big hump in the middle, and that's for the differentials. Here's a shot of Don's trunk. So he's got his tire, his windscreen, and the camera bag will still fit in there, though it is sideways. But you can see that his trunk is definitely wider from front to back than mine is, and also deeper because the compressor and spare tire is not stored in the bottom of his like it is on my car. And here's an example of that. You see the bag sitting upright, and it does not fit in my trunk. And you can see on Don's, it fits no problem. So his trunk is definitely wider and a little bit deeper, though the spare tire does take up some room. So now you've seen some video of the cars next to each other. We had the tops up, the tops down, we saw some interior shots. And this was not meant to be a comprehensive comparison or review of the 2002 versus the 1999. I just kind of wanted to put the cars next to each other and try to make some interesting content for you guys to see a comparison, what might be slight differences between the couple of years. I did want to talk about the main differences that changed with the 996.2 compared to the 99 through 2001. And I think the most obvious one is the headlights. There was such an outcry that Porsche actually made the new 996 to have the turbo headlights, which is very cool. I actually think they do look a little bit better. They're a little cleaner. They got rid of the yellow in the lens, which is nice. The second thing that's pretty obvious change was they went from a 3.4 liter to a 3.6 liter. They also added VarioCam to the motor. So you're looking at a change from 2001 of 20 horsepower up to 320 and up to 273 foot-pounds of torque from 250 foot-pounds of torque in 2001. And that actually makes the 2002 911 the most powerful naturally aspirated 911 ever produced. The other changes that we'll talk about real quick is they changed some body panels, they changed the front end, some of the way they manipulated the wheel wells, I guess, and the cooling ducts, and the little bit wider ducts in the front, reduced lift by 25% in the front and 40% in the rear, and also aided brake cooling as well as transmission cooling. One of the other things that they added in 2002 was the addition of the Porsche Stability Management System, and that was standard on my car, the C4, and it was an option on the C2. They added the option of a Bose stereo system, which I believe was new for 2002, and a few other things that you can look up. I'm not 100% sure what all those are. So one of my favorite things that we did today is we had a chance to put the car up on the lift. Don pulled the plastics off, at least the back two plastics. We didn't take the front one off. It was a little bit more of a pain. And I just did some quick video checking things out. I checked out my suspension, checked out the tires, checked out the brakes, and just looked for anything that looked unusual or damaged. I did find that I have a very, very slight leak from my oil drain plug, which is not a big deal. Probably the crush washer, so I'll change that at the next oil change. Didn't find anything else that was alarming. My rear tires are getting close, though. I'll need to buy a new set of those probably in the next couple thousand miles. So I'm not going to get into any technical details underneath here, but it was kind of cool just to see the radiator lines back and forth from the front to the back to cool the engine, to see the differentials and the different drive shafts under there on the C4. But that was a really cool experience to get to check that stuff out. So hope you enjoy it. If you have any questions, please leave them below. Thanks. I really want to thank you for watching. And if you have any other differences that I missed or some other comments you wanted to make about this video and these cars specifically, please leave them in the comments. And if you enjoy the channel, please subscribe and come back for more videos. Thank you so much for watching.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away, as you fade away.
Yeah, I'm about to fade away, 'cause every time I wake up I feel like it's Monday. Something's going wrong with